All right, so today we are joined by several of our current students here at Arkansas Tech to serve as your panelists. But first, I want to introduce myself. My name is Sabrina Billy. I serve as the Assistant Director for Transfer Enrollment. So if you have any friends or family members who are ready to transfer to Arkansas Tech, I'm that person and would be happy to help them. And we'll have our next staff member introduce themselves.
Hey guys, my name is Caitlin Beard. I am the graduate admissions officer. So I'll get to work with y'all in about 4 years when you're ready to get your master's degree. Or if mom, or I don't see any dads, or whoever your friends are here with y'all, if y'all are interested in getting your master's degree and going back to school alongside your student, I know we all have the money to do that at the same time. But if y'all are interested, I can definitely talk with y'all about that and happy to help in any way. So we're going to go ahead and let our panelists introduce themselves, tell us their major, their year, and then we'll get started on our questions.
Hello, my name is Marquise Vasquez. I am a freshman here. I'm actually a current freshman, and my major is vocal music education.
Hi, everyone. My name is Emma. I'm a junior here at Tech. I am an animal science major and a minor in psychology.
All right, so our first question for our panelists is why did you choose ATU?
So I'm actually not from Arkansas. I'm from Pennsylvania. So a big factor for me was finding a place that I would consider be my home, just like what Nathan said. So that was such a huge factor to me. And as soon as I stepped on campus and I took a tour, I was like, okay, this is obviously where I'm going to end up. So basically, everyone here for me is so friendly. I mean, Southern hospitality is a real thing. So.
Um, so fun fact, I actually had a friend of mine. He predicted me coming to Tech before I predicted myself coming to Tech. Um, Really, it was just a mixture of different things. Their music department is absolutely fire here. It is amazing. If you've ever heard the choir sing, I get the opportunity to hear it. It's amazing. Um, that was one reason why I came here. They have a really high rate of you can get a job almost pretty much immediately as you graduate. So that was one reason why I decided to come here. And just all in all, they have a whole bunch of leadership opportunities here. And I'm an extrovert. I'm a people's person. So leadership opportunities are kind of important to me. And they also just help build up your resume and stuff. So that's also a reason why I decided to come here.
So our next question for the panelists is, how was the transition when coming to Tech out of high school?
Okay, so being a freshman now, the transition was just a little bit different than the rest of them, just because I was transitioning from high school to college in a pandemic. Um, but Tech really they did an amazing job making that transition smooth still. A lot of the professors, quite a few of my classes are actually in person, but for the professors that had to switch to online and virtual learning, um, they there really weren't any problems whenever it came to starting up classes. Um, and like there are so many different things to make that transition so smooth. They have admitted to ATU week. They have things like freshman orientation, which I'm actually an orientation leader now. So I'll be leading a group of freshmen like y'all. And I do recommend going to that. I'm going to stop talking now, but the transition was very smooth.
For me, it was kind of like every other high school senior. You're like, oh gosh, I'm about to go out on my own. I'm about to go to college. So obviously, I was very nervous, especially moving like 5 states. Um, but the first couple of days, I was like, okay, I got this. Like, I went and saw where all of my classes were. My orientation leader was very, very helpful. So make sure you just listen to them. You don't zone out or anything because they pretty much help you get going. Through your first week at college. So for me, the transition was very easy just because of the employees at Tech.
All right, so our next question is what are classes like here at Arkansas Tech?
So my classes are kind of a little bit like Ethan's, where they're more hands-on than online. Um, so since I'm an animal science major, we have actually a farm here at Tech that we go and work with the animals and stuff like that just to get that hands-on experience. So like right now I'm in swine management. I go work with all of the hogs at the hog farm. So definitely with the transition to online, it was a little bit more difficult because you didn't have that much of a hands-on experience. You had more of like pictures and videos and stuff like that. But like all of them said, the professors would make it work. So all of the professors have some sort of way to get you the correct education that you need for your major.
Um, Classes are for especially for like just in general classes, they're pretty easy as long as you stay on top of your work and stay organized. Again, like they said, you your professors are kind of expecting you to kind of know, hey, you have homework due this day, you have a project due this day, stuff like that. Um, so you really just like if you stay organized, then your classes should be pretty easy for the most part. Um, and really if you just keep your time open for studying for stuff like that, a lot of professors actually like to promote you getting to know your classmates so that way y'all could do like study groups or stuff together. And I really like the fact that the professors here, all your professors and teachers, they're actually looking out for your future. They care if you make a bad grade on a test, they're gonna probably they might talk to you, they might email you and be like, hey, I know that probably wasn't your best, but it'll be okay. We're gonna help you understand why did you make that grade, stuff like that.
So, our next question for these guys, who of you will be living on campus next year? So, most everybody. So, our next question is, what is it like living on campus? You want to go
So I really enjoy living on campus. The way how I'm trying to think about how I'm going to answer this one. So living on campus is really nice just because you have this person in your hall called an RA or a resident assistant, and they're pretty much in charge of everyone on that in your hallway or in that like area. And a lot of the times your RAs are trying to really make it seem they're trying to reach out to you and they're trying to make it seem a lot more fun for you, especially as a resident living on campus. Um and like all our different res halls, most of the times they always have like some little event going on. Like I know in my res hall we had for like Earth Day, we had you could go to the lobby and pot a plant and put it have a little potted plant. It was very cute. But they always try to do little stuff like that, always trying to engage with the residents. And I also enjoy the fact how you don't have to hustle to get to your classes when you live on campus. Um, Probably the longest it'll take you to get from your res hall to a class, the longest at most will probably be like 10 minutes, not that long. So you're not having to like run to your classes.
Yeah, so my first 2 years being here at Tech, I lived on campus. And that is when I got the most involved. So that is when I found this job. That is when I became an RA. So living on campus makes you pretty much get involved in as many things as you want because we have stuff like the involvement fair and you don't miss any dates of any events that are coming. That is one thing that I have learned now with living off campus is sometimes I miss out on some of the events that Tech holds just because I don't hear about them unless I like look for them. So living on campus is definitely a recommendation your first year or two, just so you are like meeting as many people as possible, getting that good freshman experience.
All right, so y'all are some of the most involved students that I've ever met in my entire life, and I've worked with college students for about 15, 20 years. So share a little bit about your campus involvement and how you actually got involved on campus.
Yeah, kind of exactly the same way as I did, but I actually saw people giving tours around campus and I was like, you know what? I want to do that. So I'm gonna go do that. So I walked into the admissions office and dropped off my resume, and then about a month later, I heard back for another interview, and I was like, "Ooh, yay!" And then I was an RA, and I've had many of residents that were just like my neighbors and stuff who were planning on being an RA, a resident assistant. So I just decided to apply, and I got the job, and I got to have these two lovely people over there as my residents. So that's pretty much how I got involved.
Um, so as an incoming freshman, so in high school, I was really involved. And as an incoming freshman, I was like, well, tech has all these different things. I want to be involved here. So they have this tech puts on this thing called Admitted to ATU Week, which y'all will experience that as well. And it's like these little sessions pretty much that just talk about campus and involvement and stuff like that. And there I was introduced to this thing that we have here at Tech called the Link. And the link is kind of like your window to all the different clubs and organizations. You can go on there. It's almost like you can almost go on there and it's almost like a little catalog. You can just look through each and every different club. I'm really involved here. I'm in so many different things. It's crazy. One of the main things I happen to get in is student government. Um, I had some people like that were already in student government. They're like, you should run for something. So I ran for freshman senator, got that, and then just recently I ran for an exec board position, and I just got that. So um, it's really rewarding to be involved here on campus because you do so many different like volunteer things, and then you just get to know a whole bunch of different people. And I would recommend being involved here on campus.
So when did you guys get to have lunch? Did y'all just come from lunch or session before? Okay, so after y'all leave here, y'all are going to eat lunch maybe? Maybe later on the way home. So our next question is, what are the best places to eat on and off campus? So maybe y'all need some ideas to grab lunch before y'all head out of town. So if y'all just give one favorite on-campus place to eat and one favorite off-campus place to eat. No.
Okay, so on campus, in Doc Bryan, there's this place called Doc's Place, and it's kind of like a little convenience store type thing. Somebody in here actually got a pizza from there. I recommend going over there and getting like they have these personal sized pizzas, and they're amazing most of the time. And then you can go get like candy, gum, all different types of stuff in there. Um, for off campus, I recommend going to Stobies. Stobies is known for cheese dip and fruit punch and their different desserts and all their different menu items. They have a little bit of everything there, and I really love that about Stobies. Plus, Stobies is like here, it's an awesome place to just go hang out with friends. So y'all can just go get a slice of possum pie and just hang out with each other and stuff like that.
My favorite place on campus is probably oh geez, Jerry's Diner. So it's just that little place in Baztec that's got like cheeseburgers, hamburgers, grilled cheese, all that good stuff. My favorite thing about them is their breakfast sandwiches. They make the best breakfast sandwiches, and I'm a big breakfast sandwich person. So my favorite place to eat off campus is probably Pasta Grill just because of the breadsticks. Anyone else know what I'm talking about? Breadsticks. Yeah.
All right, so share with us what it's like living in Russellville and what are some of your favorite things to do when you're not in class and not leading any of your student works?
Mount Nebo, I love. And with the bowling alley, we actually offer a bowling class. So if you just need a GPA booster, you like to bowl, you want to learn how to be better, we have a class for that. So, yay.
I think everyone on this panel has said Mount Nebo, including myself. That's where we literally went there for my birthday. Um, but other than like Mount Nebo, like we're not even that far from Mount Magazine, which is the tallest mountain in the state. We're not that far from Pettigene. We're not that far. I'm from Conway. Um, and I don't know. There's something about coming from Conway to Russellville. I enjoyed the coming from Conway from a larger place to the smaller place. Um, you could even do something as simple as like driving around with your friends and with the windows rolled down, or like going to Taco Bell at 2 a.m. That's the college experience. Am I right? Exactly. So, just doing stuff like that can be really fun here.
Yeah, it's just fun to even like go out and eat because I know we've all just been like, you want to go out and eat and just fun.
So we've got one final question for our panelists, but after that, we're going to open it up to questions from you guys. So be thinking of something that you really want to ask them. No question is a dumb question. If you need to get mom to ask it for you, that's fine too. But definitely, even after, if you just want to pull one of the panelists aside, if you have a specific, follow-up question for something that they might have said that you want more information about. But our last question for y'all is, I wish I would have known blank. So just a few years ago, these panelists, for some of them, they were just in your shoes last year coming into tech as a freshman. And so what is something that you wish you would have known as a freshman that you would like to share with these guys?
Okay, so within my 1 year of experience, I really wish so. I'm not that much of an organized person. I have what I like to call organized chaos, um, where there's something and it just stays in my mind typically, but I don't ever like write it down or put it in my phone sometimes. Don't do that whenever you come here. It's really nice. It's awesome if you are an organized person. If you don't have a planner, I would recommend getting one, and just kind of start writing stuff down because it really helps you stay on top of like homework and projects and then events for your different clubs and stuff going on. So really just I wish I would have known to stay more organized than what I have been.
So I wish I would have known that I did not need to bring every item of clothing that I owned because I ran out of space very quickly. I brought like literally everything I had, and it was not a good idea because then during like move out time at the end of the year, I had to bring everything back. So very stressful. Also bring rain boots, please.
And again, thank you so much for spending your day with us.